Everybody, this is Delicious Deets with me, Divine Dani, your beautiful, wonderful, vibrant, happy host, excuse me. We are here every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, and this is where we have the cookies and the tea is hot, guys. And let me tell you something. When I say the tea is going to be steaming tonight, I mean it is going to be on fire. We are having a discussion on horror movies, guys. Horror movies. This is going to be lit. I am so excited. I am so excited for everybody to be here. I'm so excited to see all of your beautiful, wonderful faces. Please know before we get started, all gifts are appreciated. Subscriptions are appreciated. The hearts are free 99, and so are the faves. A favorite, for those of you that do not know, is the little star next to my name. If you do not see that the star is yellow, click it. You'll be able to come back anytime you want and see my beautiful pretty face. Tonight, it is not just me that is going to be talking about horror movies. I have 4 really great guests that are all here. So if my guests would please request the box, we'll go ahead and get y'all up here and we'll get this show on the road. Also, for everybody, the top gifter of the stream will get to have a little powwow with me via IG and give me suggestions on our next topic or a future topic. So if y'all have any suggestions, reach out, send a gift. You never know. You could be the top gifter tonight. All right, let's get on with it. This first guest is no stranger to any of you that are in my streams with me. He is my co-host on our Sunday shows about 80% of the time. He is also very well known for his name. We had to have him tonight because, y'all, it's MFChucky. Hey, Chucky, go ahead and give a little intro. Let everybody know who you are.
My name's MFChucky. I am hosting a one-and-done battle, so if you guys want to be a part of it, hit me up. There is a buy-in fee of $5K. My admins are Ella and Queen Lala. I'm also admins for Divine Dani for shows like this. I'm also admin for Queen Lala and Bunny. And that's pretty much all I got that I recall it's really coming up wise.
Perfect. Another guest we had to have tonight. I mean, we had to have her. With a name like hers, we had to have her. Because who doesn't think spooky and horror themes when they hear the name Queen Vampy? Hi, love.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where we can find you.
Well, my name is Queen Vampy. I host my feature show called Vampy Melody Madness every Tuesdays at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you catch me admin for other shows in the app, such as DJ Your Boys on Mondays. I also admin for Hawaii. You can also catch me doing other shows, other events as well. That I have a few that's coming up. Too much to name them all. But you can catch me here, catch me running my random streams. And also I post everything on IG as well. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you for coming. I'm thrilled to have all of you. My next guest, we actually had a talk about this after the last Delicious Deets episode. He asked me in stream if we could talk about this stuff. And I said, yes, I would love to have you. And he said, you know what, I would love to be there. He's also known for having a set of pipes. Y'all, this man can sing. Welcome in, RockerRebel. Rocker, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. Please let us know who you are and where we can find you.
I'm RockerRebel. I'm actually going to be on Vampy show late Monday night for Melody Madness. I'm going on that again. And coming up on May 4th, I'm going to be part of Jubilee's May the 4th Be With You auction. So that's going to be a fun time. I'm working on a costume actually as we speak for that. So definitely going to go all out for that one. So, but I'm very happy to be here, part of the horror discussion, because I love horror. I grew up around it. So
I love it. I love it. I'm really excited for this, y'all. Like, I'm not much of a horror movie fan, but I have seen some, and I do have a favorite, and I know everybody's excited to hear all about it. Before we move on, Delightful Chaos, can you please request the box, sweetheart? I know I saw her in here. We just got one more person. Okay. So Lala, if you could just let her know that when she gets in to just request the box. And I'll go ahead and get, oh, here she is. Here she is, everybody. She is delightful and she loves horror. Everyone, Miss Delightful Chaos.
I'm not too into horror, but whenever I knew that you needed somebody to talk about it, I was like, well, I could do that.
Okay, well, thank you for being here. Can you let us know who you are and where we can find you, love?
Okay, so I do shows around MeetMe, obviously, and then there's one on Tag that I'll be in, I believe, tomorrow. Yeah, Find the Line. It's kind of like Wheel of Fortune. And so, with that being said, though, I do admin 2 shows here on MeetMe, and those are Emoji J's Say It Out Loud Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then, let's see, I believe Lex's Tic Tac Trivia. I may have the times wrong, but I think it's at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight.
Okay.
But yeah.
Sounds great.
Other than that, I stream sometimes. I don't have a full-on schedule just yet, but I'm trying to learn the ways of MeetMe and figure out a schedule.
All righty. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate having all of you. I don't know if all of you know how this works, so I'm just going to give everybody a really quick rundown because I know we have a lot of new faces in the comments today. So basically how this works is it's just a roundtable discussion. It works like any talk show you'd see on TV. I'm going to have some questions. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to kind of go around and answer. Usually we just go in order, but if somebody has an answer and somebody else isn't ready, we can bounce around. It's not a big deal. I also answer all the questions that I ask. So yeah, that being said, my first question is, what do you love about horror movies? Chucky, you're in the princess box. You're up first.
I was hoping. All right. So, what do I love about horror movies?
What do you like about horror movies?
What do I like?
Yeah.
The scares, the thrills, you know what happens in horror movies. I'm trying to be PG, trying to be around the bush with certain things, but I like the carnage about it. So some of the horror movies, like the more carnage, the better.
Okay. Big bet. What about you, Queen Vampy?
What I like about horror movies is pretty much how when it comes from the start to the climax, and then also the ultimate when the jump scares and all that stuff as well, and the story behind it. Or I like the ones that do tell a story too as well, how that person became that. But it's all different variations of horror movies. If you like the ones that storytelling, or you like the one that have something like in the background, before then. But I love the whole experience of it being the thrill and all that.
I love that. I love that. Rocker, what about you?
I definitely got to play on that too, because I love the suspense of certain horror movies. You know, what's going to be around the corner, what's going to be in the dark, you know, the thrill of that, not knowing the unexpected part of it. And just the scare, the thrill, the suspense, being on the edge of your feet the whole time. I love that. I love the whole energy of that for a horror movie.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Delightful Chaos. What do you like about horror movies?
I'm kind of along with them about the thrill, but also especially whenever you're, you know, cuddled up with that certain somebody and then all of a sudden a scary thing happens, you're like, oh, and then you can jump in their lap. So
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair. So for me, I'm not a huge scary movie fan. I'm not a huge horror movie fan. I do like my thrillers. I do like my thrillers. I will give you that. I like my thrillers. And I do like certain types of horror movies. Like I guess they could be classified as horror movies. Like I've seen some. And I will say the ones that I actually like to watch. I don't necessarily watch them all the time or maybe more than once, but the ones that I have enjoyed watching, it's because I'm a very logical person and I like to sit there and I like to put myself in their shoes and like dig into their psyche and like figure out, okay, like why are they the way that they are? And I try to just like pick their brain during the movie and kind of just figure out why they're doing what they're doing and what they're thinking at the time. I also like predicting who's going to be the first victim of the carnage too. That's kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, like, let's face it, we've all sat there with our popcorn when the movie starts and be like, and see that one person and go, yep, that's number one.
Definitely.
Especially if they're making out or trying to get lucky.
At that part.
You know the get lucky ones.
Oh my word.
Sorry, that's PG-13.
Oh my word, guys. All right, so let's see. My next question. What is your favorite horror movie you've ever seen? You can also have more than one favorite. You don't have to pick just one. You can share up to like spots. Because I know at least 3 of you are like super huge into this genre, so I'm not going to limit you to just one. Like you can have, we'll say up to like 5.
Okay.
Chucky,
I guess for me it has to be, if it's going to be more of a cult classic, I actually am wearing the shirt for it.
Oh yes.
Michael Myers has always been a huge one for me for horror. I've actually dressed as him for Halloween so many times. I've worked in haunted houses. I've helped build haunted houses. And he's one of those characters that you don't have to really do much for it to be a scare. It's that unknown. Is he going to move? Where's he going to jump out from? And even if the victim's running, he's still going to catch you. He's still going to catch up with you, no matter where you go. So, yeah, Halloween, growing up with that one. Freddy Krueger, another one. Nightmare on Elm Street. That's always a big influence for my scares of all. And then how they kind of played on the different genres of horror, the different topics of horror. I really actually enjoy the paranormal side of ones too. Movies like The Conjuring, Annabelle, Insidious, ones like that, because yes, they are loosely based on true events and true stories, but it's also the Hollywood effects that make it that more thrill too. So I enjoy both aspects. So those are my favorites.
Okay.
So mine, the fact that he did Halloween first, because Halloween is my first favorite horror movie franchise I started off with. My second one will be actually Fright Night. Fright Night was an older vampire-ish movie that I grew up watching when I was younger, and I love the whole story behind it too. Like you had like someone being Vincent Price, you had the vampire and stuff like that, and then of course the nosy kid next door trying to bust out the vampire. I would say Child's Play would be my third one. Of course, Freddy Krueger. I love me some Freddy Krueger as well. And then, of course, the Conjuring universe. I love it too. I love the paranormal side of that as well.
So if I had to pick a top 5, number 1's Chucky, obviously. The name. Come on.
Of course.
It's a dead giveaway. I feel like people be sleeping on the Wrong Turn movie, so that comes in a close second for me.
Yeah. Wrong Turn's pretty good.
Hills Have Eyes, another good one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
13 Ghosts, if we're talking about paranormal.
Yeah, 13 Ghost.
There you
And
go.
Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship is good too.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, that's a good one.
13 Ghosts was on fire. I can't forget the Scream franchise. Scream franchise is good too.
Delightful Chaos, do you have a favorite horror movie?
A few. There's Fear. I think it was called Vampires in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Fear, Jeepers Creepers. Oh, there was another one. I don't know. But Leprechaun movies also. Especially Leprechaun.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So for me, my favorite, I have 2 of them. Well, I guess 3. Because I mean, you can't talk about favorite horror movies without talking about Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship was actually the first horror movie I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Halloween. I mean, who's never seen Halloween? I mean, come on, everybody knows who Michael Myers is.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody. From the time you're old enough to know what a horror movie is, you're old. You find out who Michael Myers is first. I mean, like seriously.
Yep.
And then there's like the psychological thriller horror movies, and this one, I don't know if anybody knows this one, but my favorite is Split.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
good. I've
Okay.
seen all the Split franchises.
Y'all did not even
I love
expect
that movie.
one. Y'all did
Oh,
not
wow.
expect that one.
I was like, not
I tried to narrow my list down, but yeah, Split was great.
okay. And we talking about
Oh.
OGs
I was just gonna
ones.
say I remembered. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I was just going to say I remembered the movie Lake Placid. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking when the Stranger Calls. Stranger Calls is when whenever you get a phone call, you're home alone by yourself, but it is toying with you on the phone. This is why we like Scream, because Scream also you like when a stranger call vibes, and it's a lot of references to Scream. You know what I mean? But that's why I love. That's why I was thinking. First, one thing was like when Stranger Calls is like one of the best OG movies I ever seen growing up.
Yeah.
It still gives me creeps though.
Yeah, I bet. So who is your favorite main horror movie character? Like when we're talking about like Halloween, we're talking about Chucky, we're talking about, Freddy Krueger, Friday the 13th. Like who is your absolute favorite? Do you have a tie? Do you have a 3-way tie? Do you have like a 4-way tie? I mean, I'm curious.
Okay.
Do I need to even say anything? Chucky slaps them all. I'm sorry, I'm biased.
Yeah.
Not too much when I'm drinking. That almost came out my nose, y'all.
I'll put my favorite up against your favorite, and we'll see what happens. I guess I'll do Michael Myers for sure. Is definitely up there, one of my tops. But some like the icons, like you mentioned for Freddy and Jason. I'm gonna go kind of left field for some of these, but I'm gonna go Jeepers Creepers. The Creeper was also a really awesome creature. I loved when those movies came out. And then this one might not be as well known, but the Sinister 1 and 2 franchise.
Yes.
I
yes.
loved
Good.
Bagul. I love that
I
character.
forgot about that movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sinister was so good. Like
It
it
was.
was underrated. It was so good.
What about the Babadook?
The
Yes.
Babadook, Insidious.
Bye Bye Man? I don't know if you've heard of that one, but
Yeah.
that creature within that movie was just so creepy.
Yeah, it was.
You know, so I would put those like the kind of the lesser known horror creatures, demons, whatever you want to call them, are just as iconic to people that have watched those as much as like Freddy, as Jason, as Michael. So those are kind of my top 3 or 4 in those categories.
Okay. Vampy, what about you?
Okay, I love me some Michael Myers, but I would have to go with Freddy Krueger. I do own like all of Nightmare on Elm Street collections, especially movie-wise. One reason why I love Freddy Krueger so much, like yes, he torments you in your dreams, but also kind of reminds us in reality what we have, you know, people that have insomnia, so like that. And, or they have the sleep paralysis demon. So that's how I picture Freddy Krueger being, but you know, but different than, you know, from the movie and what we deal with in real life, and a lot of people can relate to it as well, especially like if you watch paranormal videos and they have ones that do struggle, like they always fighting someone in their dreams and stuff like that. That's how I picture Freddy Krueger as being actually a real thing. You know, it's not like an actual person, you know what I mean? Actual character, but that's why I love, that's why I lean towards Freddy Krueger more because of that.
Okay, I like it. What about you, Delightful Chaos? What do you think?
I think so. My favorite. Come here. Come on.
Aww. So
I don't know where my shoe is. She's took off with my shoe, and that's why I was whispering, "Go find my shoe." Anyway. But anyway, my favorite is Lake Placid because Betty White in a horror film, really? You know? I honestly kind of, I don't know. It kind of reminded me of me. Like, I like to try to take care of animals too, but, you know, if they're dangerous, they're dangerous.
That part.
I love that.
So for me, my favorite main horror movie character is, oh shoot, I would have to say Leatherface.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good pick.
From the Chainsaw Massacre.
Which is interesting one.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. So for everybody just now coming in, thank you for joining us here on Delicious Deets. This is where we have the cookies and the tea is hot. We are here every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm here this evening talking about horror movies with my fabulous guests, MFChucky, Queen Vampy, RockerRebel, and Delightful Chaos. So we just talked about why we like horror movies, what ones are our favorite, who our favorite main characters are. So I kind of want to do something a little fun for a minute, because Mel Bell and RockerRebel kind of gave me the idea because I saw Mel Bell down there in the comments. So I want to know. We're going to pin horror movie character against horror movie character here for a minute. I want to know who you think would win if we put Chucky for Chucky. We're gonna make it customized for everybody's favorite. So Chucky, we're gonna put Chucky up against let's put him up against Freddy Krueger. Who do you think's gonna win?
Ooh, that's tough.
What you think, Chucky? Who's gonna win?
All right. So, unless you're like a true Chucky fan like me, that's watched all the movies and the 3 TV series, then you'd be fully caught up to date with everything. It all makes sense. Chucky, yes, there's one of him, but Chucky, with his little spells and stuff, he's able to make a whole army of him. So imagine a whole army of Chuckies going after Freddy.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what's up. You think Chucky would win? Okay.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I even though I want Chucky to win, do I really think he's possibly gonna win? Maybe coin flip, but
I'm just trying to picture that. I was like, hold on.
yeah, maybe if it was something like Megan, Chucky would destroy Megan. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, he ready to destroy Megan out of all things. I can see that happening. Or he could destroy Annabelle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that part. Vampy.
Wow.
I'm going.
What if we put Freddy Krueger versus? You know what? I'm just curious because, like, I've never seen the Freddy versus Jason movies, but I want to know what you think. If we put Freddy Krueger up against Jason Voorhees,
Freddy. 100%.
Yeah, definitely Freddy.
Jason.
Definitely Freddy.
Why?
Okay.
Freddy has the advantages of he knows Jason's fear. You know, Jason dreams, so he invades his mind, messes with him. You know, which a lot of that actually happened within Freddy versus Jason.
Yes.
So, you know, he played on a lot of his fears. Like, and he's just more cunning. He's faster. Like, yeah, Jason's stronger, but Freddy's faster.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of like the mind manipulation. And that's like the key thing for Freddy versus Jason is he can jump into Jason's mind and just twist him any which way you want. So
Rocker, Rebel, and Curious. You said your like number one favorite was Michael Myers.
yep.
If we put Michael Myers versus Leatherface, who's gonna win?
I'd probably still give that to Michael. I think just because you know he has kind of I guess like a healing factor in a way, you know, and he's also more of like the supernatural side. You don't really know exactly what drives him depending on what part of the franchise you're following. You know, Leatherface is human. You know, he is just a crazed human, but he's still human. Michael is human, but not human. You know, he's an anomaly. You don't really know what he is. So I would definitely give it to Michael for that one. I like both, but I think Michael would take that one.
Okay.
I can respect that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a very intense fight.
It would be.
Yeah,
It would be. That'd be a good one.
It would be a good one. It would be a good one. I'm sitting here going, okay, who do we need to contact to make this become a movie?
Oh, absolutely.
I would love that to be a movie, actually. That'd be interesting to watch.
I volunteer to play Michael.
Steven Spielberg. Tim Burton.
Oh my word, that's great. So Delightful Chaos, remind me who your favorite horror movie character was.
Betty White in Lake Placid. She was feeding the crocodiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Who would win if we put cute, sweet Betty White up against okay, y'all help me because I've never seen Lake Placid. Help me.
Okay, so like female horror villains then would be like, you know, Carrie, Christine,
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
So would Betty
But how?
Exorcist.
Exorcist,
Betty
Regan.
White's human.
Okay, so Betty White is a human, but
She's only feeding
the
an alligator.
Lake Placids are the alligators. So why would you say the alligators versus Jaws or something, or the alligator versus Anaconda, or
I was
Yeah.
about to say, because they were the ones, teaming up against everybody. She was just a little old lady. That
the
was
sweet little things?
Okay. So, do you think the alligators from Lake Placid would beat Jaws?
I don't know.
Good question.
They got numbers against them now instead of just the Jaws.
I mean, Jaws is a great white, and the alligators. I mean, Jaws. I mean, he took a lot for them to kill him. Just be
Yeah.
real with you. It took a lot for him to be killed.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Like Placid, they just ate everything at this point.
Oh my word. Okay. So for me, because we're gonna make this fair, I made all of y'all pick. So let's say we put Leatherface against Beast from Split.
Ooh.
Ooh, I think Split will win that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man.
I think Beast is gonna win.
I feel like Split it will definitely.
Yeah. No,
I definitely think Split has that. The Beast has
The
that.
Yeah.
The Beast.
Yeah.
Leatherface ain't had no chance on that.
The Beast personality is the one I'm talking about.
Oh, 100%.
I
Yeah.
think the Beast personality, like 100%. But here's the interesting part, though. Would the Beast actually attack Leatherface?
I don't know.
Because remember, in the movie, he doesn't attack people that have been touched by a physical trauma.
Right.
Mhm.
So would he actually attack Leatherface, or would Leatherface get the upper hand because the Beast has a soft spot for those that have been touched by physical trauma?
Right.
Yeah. Because if you look at Leatherface and why Leatherface the character was created, because you obviously Ed Gein, the guy. So yeah, he does have trauma, and I feel like Leatherface would make the first move on him first, and then he wouldn't have no choice but to defend himself and then go after Leatherface. If that makes sense.
That would make the only sense.
That part.
It would be
Yeah.
more self-defense than it would be anything else. He
Yeah.
would try to defend himself. He would try to save his life.
Yeah.
Exactly. That part. I like that. That was a fun little exercise.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us here on Delicious Deets. We're here every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. This is where we have the cookies and the tea is hot. And let me tell you, y'all, we are discussing horror films tonight, so the tea is steaming. I'm here with my guests, MFChucky, Queen Vampy, RockerRebel, and DeeLightfulChaos. So, audience, do we have any questions for my panel and I this evening? I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to kind of ask any questions you may have, because I see a lot of interaction going on in the comments. Do we have any questions in the comments? Let's see. I'm not seeing any questions. Okay. So, what is the creepiest horror movie character? Any question, Melbo. It can be any question about horror movies. What do you think is the creepiest horror movie character ever? Like, you turn on the movie and you're instantly like on the edge of your seat with paranoia and fear.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say Candyman. Candyman always got me when I was younger, and it still
He
does. And even though I still watches it, it still scares me.
Yeah.
But like, just thinking about how his whole story and from why he became the way he is, like what I said earlier about the whole storyline things and how they became who they are, I would say it would be Candyman.
Okay.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. Yeah. For me as a kid, honestly, it was always Wishmaster. You know, the djinn, you know,
Yes.
That was a good
demon
movie.
genie type. That was always a creepy
Supernatural
concept and
things.
creepy experience as a kid. Watching that was just like,
Yeah.
are these things actually just lurking in the background and you just don't know?
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
behind-
supernatural.
Behind that veil, you know. Oh,
Honestly, I was never afraid of horror movies. Have I had jump scares? Yeah, but I would
Right.
never say it was like petrified of the character. Now, if we're gonna to go off of jump scares, one would be the Insidious movie with I think it's the dude from the first one. He had like a red face paint.
The red, the red demon.
Um, and the movie from the Haunted in Connecticut where he he seen something through a glass mirror. It looked like.
yeah.
Those are like the two that like probably like startled me the most. That's really about it though.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Delightful Chaos?
I'm kind of with Chucky on this one. I've not really been scared, you know, except for the little fake scare jump in a lap. But you know, anyway, other than that, like, only thing that kind of was like, ouch to me was, I think it was Hellraiser. The
Okay.
needles coming out of his, you know, face and everything. And I'm just like, ow, that would hurt. But other than that, I haven't really thought about being scared. But like, there is one movie that I won't watch if I'm in a house with spirits, and that's The Exorcist.
Oh, okay.
There is a demon in a house, and long story short, here I am. But if you ever want to talk about paranormal,
I was down for paranormal talk.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for paranormal.
Okay. So again, I'm not a huge horror movie fan, not gonna lie. But there's actually a couple horror movies I will not ever watch. Big Hard Nose. Because the characters scare me.
Okay.
I will not watch it. Will not do it. Not doing it. Nope. No, not happening. Just the thought of Pennywise freaks me out.
So no Pennywise quotes.
I'm good. And Annabelle. I will. Nope. No.
Hey there, Dani.
No.
Annabelle?
No.
She's not gonna do nothing.
Okay. I have to tell you, there's a story why I absolutely will not watch Annabelle. Okay. So you know those, they do these documentary type shows about like, you know, like real stuff you find in the museums or whatever. And they did this one where like the real stories of the museums or whatever, and they talk about these real things and stuff. They actually did a segment on the doll that is like the real life inspiration to Annabelle.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There was like, no, I mean, like, this is why I will not, won't watch it. No. This doll.
I have a doll similar to that. Do you want to see it?
No.
She didn't know.
So this doll, like, unimaginable things would like happen to people, like unexplainable things happen to people if they saw it. Like, no, thank you. Nope.
What? That's how I feel with Robert the doll. That's how I feel with that one.
Like,
I'm more terrified about Robert than I am Annabelle.
Something really bad happened to them. So like they now have this doll in a really thick glass case where nobody can touch it, because everybody that touched it, something bad happened, like a car accident, or like they they no longer continue to live, or just other things. No, thank you. That is all kinds of bad juju I do not need over here.
Yeah, I get that.
So Mel Bell actually had a couple questions, and I actually, oh no, I'm sorry. Pancake and Mel Bell each had a question.
Okay.
So I like Pancake's question. We're going to do that one first. What is the movie you'd be the most afraid to live in if the movie was real life?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's kind of a toss. That's kind of a toss-up for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could think of two.
Okay.
I've already been there and done that, and that's Exorcist.
I mean, Exorcist was the best second one too, because I have lived in I'm from the South, of course. There's a lot of haunted houses.
Yeah.
The first house I've been in was in Louisiana.
I'm in Mississippi. We just neighbors.
I used to live
Jeepers
in
creepers.
Nashville now.
Yeah.
That one was
Can I touch on that doll real quick though? The doll you was
Yeah.
talking about. So, have y'all ever watched Ghost Adventures?
Yes.
With the glasses. He's got a museum now, and I believe he has acquired said doll because there's a doll that he's got there, and he doesn't want to show its face on the on the internet, and
Peggy
he
the
says
doll.
don't take pictures of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
While he was giving
Peggy the doll.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm.
Well, I never heard of that one.
I never heard of them either, but
I'll send you links, Chucky. I'll send you
I
some.
heard of
I'll
like
need to-
Annabelle and
Send me a link
Robert. I've never heard of this Peggy one.
yeah.
I'll
Sounds
send
like-
you. I'll send you some.
Oh
I know
wow.
about Robert though, that they
Yeah.
don't want you to like say anything bad against him and stuff like that because he will get you.
Yep.
He do. No, I'm scared to talk about him. I would say Insidious would be the one I'd be scared to if it was in real life. To be honest with you, because that scared the heck out of me when I watched those movies.
All right. Did anybody not answer that question?
I haven't. I have two that would come to mind for me. One definitely I would say Insidious would be a big one that would really just suck to be living in, and another one that they kind of counted as both horror but also a psychological thriller. It's called 1408.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, good one.
Another paranormal movie.
Yes, paranormal movie based in a
That was a good
hotel.
one.
I
Yeah,
don't want them again.
I would say. I mean, it'd probably be worse than like The Shining, and a lot of ways.
Ooh,
You know,
I heard
1408 would be worse. So, yeah, those would be my two. Insidious or 1408. If you've never seen 1408 and you like the psychological thriller part, watch
That's
that
a
one.
good movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good movie.
I'll have to check that one out. Delightful Chaos. What about you?
Sorry, what was the question? I think I missed it.
What's the movie you'd be the most scared to live in if the movie was in real life?
Oh, I answered it. I said I've already been there, done that, and that's Exorcist.
Oh yeah. You
Oh
were
yeah,
the
she did. Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry. So
It's
for
okay.
mine, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna laugh at me. You guys are gonna laugh at me. You're gonna laugh at me. So if I'm just gonna say this right now. I think all of them. I would be scared to live in any of them because I mean, let's face it. I would be like, people would be watching, my neighbors would be watching, and they'd be like, "Oh, we're now in a scary movie. Okay, she's it, number one, right there. That's her." I
Yeah.
told you guys are gonna kick out of me because it's like, I already know.
They're watching
I
you.
already know. Like one of those movies, like if I was in one in real life, I'd be number one. I'd be out. I would be out. Because I mean, yeah, no, I don't think I'd make it. I just don't. But I would say I think the most humane one for me would probably be Halloween. I think that would be the most humane one.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be babysitting on Halloween night. Don't be partying on Halloween night.
Rule number one, right there. Done.
You know, that's the babysitter said. Don't be partying. Don't be getting lucky. Don't be doing none of that.
Yep.
You're right.
Stay home. Lock your doors. You're good.
Yeah, that part, which is what I already do. I
Right.
mean,
And your windows.
yeah. Well, I'm a mom, so I mean, like we do the trick or treating thing. We come home, we lock up, and we tuck
Oh
in.
yeah, also yeah.
So don't show up outside the house dressed as like.
Yeah, please don't. That would probably scare me. I mean, he doesn't even say anything. He kind of just stares at you.
You don't have to do much for him. You just don't. You just stand there and just stare.
Yeah.
And
Just
walk
stare
slow.
him down. Have a
Stare him down or just walk slow towards him. There you go.
He'll probably back up.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I think that's probably like, it's not a pet peeve, but like, if people want to creep me out, all they have to do is just stare at me for no reason. I would really. Wow. I expect that kind of behavior from Chucky. Welcome to Delicious Deets, where we have the cookies and the tea is hot. We are here every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, y'all. Tonight, I'm talking horror movie stuff with my guests, Chucky, Queen Vampy, RockerRebel, and DeeLightfulChaos. And we are diving into some of these questions from the audience. So, Mel Bell had a question. The question was, what is one horror movie that can still scare you today? I'm gonna take it a step further though, and I'm gonna say scare you or get under your skin.
Okay.
Because let's face it, being scared and something getting under your skin are two totally different things. There is a line there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just imply that you hate the movie if it's like getting under your skin?
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I mean by like a
That's an
get
easy
under your
one for me.
like the character creeps you out, something just gives you an uneasy feeling. Like getting under your skin can be like a million different things.
Right.
Like the needles on Hellraiser.
Exactly.
That's me. That's getting under my skin. That's I'm like, ow. I'm an empath, so I think of the pain. I don't think of, oh, he's interesting. Oh, what's his character? No, I'm just like, ow. So, yeah. That's my answer.
All right.
You know what? The movie it creeped me out the most because it's so realistic and that could happen in real life. I'm not sure if anyone ever watched the movie Hostel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mel
I
Mel
would
Bill
hate
mentioned
that.
No.
Yeah.
I would say Final Destination. I've seen a lot of them, and that stuff can happen, especially when it comes with between the logs and the road, and they always on the road with the logs. Yeah, I choose not to drive behind those things, okay, because of that.
Okay, that's fair. What about you, Rebel?
Definitely toss up between Final Destination, and I'd also actually go with a Texas Chainsaw Massacre would be another one. Something like that scenario could happen.
See, for me, it's definitely the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I cannot watch that movie without following up with a Disney movie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I can't even.
Yep.
Nope. I have to. I am that person that, like, if I watch something that devastatingly scary, because like you said, it can happen in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, Leatherface was based off of somebody that did do that in real life. So, I mean, since it's a possibility of being a real life thing, I have to go into my happy place and watch an animated Disney movie that gives me all that happy feeling.
You could even throw Scream into the mix of that.
Oh yeah. Or Hills Have Eyes. Don't go camping.
Hills
Wrong turn.
don't go camping.
Yep.
Like Scream.
Basically too. There you go camping.
Yeah, my cousin / brother, I mean, we're as close as brothers, I might as well call him that. Like, he is one of the biggest, if not the biggest one I've met, Ghostface fanatic. Like, he loves Scream. you know, we always kind of have this running gag because mine is Michael, his is Ghostface, and I always say, you know, if we put those two up together, Michael is going to destroy Ghostface. I'm sorry, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Sure.
I will give you
You
that.
know how many
Yeah.
times they killed that man? Amityville is good. Yeah, Amityville as well.
Amityville.
Definitely ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Ghostface would get obliterated by Michael Myers.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
They've made
Oh,
so many
Ghostface.
different renditions of Amityville, though. They've made so many different versions.
I think my favorite ones is the first two. It was more closely towards how it all beginning with the first one with the Veo family, which was
Yeah.
based off the Amityville murder. Yeah. And then the second one was based on the second family, which was the
Mhm.
Lutz, who also kind of, it was based off of them, but then they changed the story a little bit to where the son got possessed by the whatever's in that house, and he
Right.
goes on the spree, which kind of refers back to the first movie, low key, or the actual thing why they did in the second one, because they did possession. So I do love me some Amityville. I agree with watching that too as well.
Mhm. That sounds
I
awesome.
feel like I missed.
Vision of the Corn is creepy.
So I have another question for y'all. Okay, so for somebody that's starting out watching horror movies, like they're starting to get into horror, they're like, you know, like I think I like scary movies. I think I want to start watching horror movies. What would be your top 5 suggestions on movies for them to watch? Top 5.
So we're suggesting them to a baby horror fan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby horror
Okay.
fan.
I'll go first. So top 5, right?
Yes.
I would tell them the whole Chucky season, everything, all the Michael Myers movies, all the Freddy Krueger movies. Now, if we're gonna throw in some miscellaneous ones, the Hostel series, pretty good.
Mhm.
Now, if you're looking for a little bit of a chill but funny movie, also the Sharknado movies, those are pretty good. That's just something you just want to sit back and just vibe to, you know. You want to just like a chill and just relax. Put on that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Pretty cool.
Right.
And Deep Blue Sea, if we're gonna go off with another
Yeah.
like animal related horror movie.
Yeah.
Seriously? You think that's scary?
It's not, but I'm just going off of the top of my head.
It's like Deep Blue Sea is like not even remotely on the same level as the Meg.
Actually, Deep Blue Sea was the reason why probably the Meg even existed, because that was the first time in shark movie history you had multiple sharks in a movie.
That part.
You would thought Jaws had multiple, but you know it was the same.
So if it wasn't for that movie, we wouldn't be getting movies like The Meg and Sharknado and all this other stuff.
The Piranha.
Not too much of my Deep Blue Sea. I like the original one really only. It's about it. That had Ice Cube in it.
Wait, Deep Blue Sea was remade? It was a remake? What?
They made two new ones.
Okay, because I know
They made a 2 and a 3, Dani.
I think that's the one. Yeah, Deep Blue
Yeah.
Sea. I saw the one with Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that
There was
what
a few jump scare moments in that movie too. Something that would definitely get like a baby horror movie watcher.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
equipment.
So I would think like for a starter, I would probably put him on Fright Night because it's just pretty much based about a vampire and then it's like, you know, neighbor type. It's kind of chill vibe, or not too much scary, but a little scary. For a second one, I would probably crank it up a little bit to Halloween, maybe. The third one, is it called The Mist?
Yes.
There's the mist and the fog.
Yes.
So there's kind of
I'm doing a toss up between The Mist and the Fog for the third one. I would say the Fog because I do love the Fog as well.
Okay.
And then the fourth one, I will either go with the Amityville series, maybe.
Okay.
The fourth one, probably Nightmare on Elm Street. And then
Okay.
the fifth one, probably like a Scream franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I would say definitely the Halloween franchise. I'd say Nightmare on Elm Street. But like if you're gonna go for more of a mellow building up to horror, since they're just getting dived into it, I would say definitely The Shining would be a good starter out. I would say 13 Ghost would be a good starter out. Return to House on Haunted Hill and House on Haunted Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those would be a good starter out. But they made 3 of those, and I don't know unless like you're a big horror fan. So House on Haunted Hill originally was actually a 50s horror
It
movie
is.
with Vincent Price
Yep.
before they remade them in early 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And the one with Vincent Price is it's low budget. It's a B rating horror movie, kind of cheesy effects, but it's the story that hooks you. It's not really the effects; it's the whole story of the haunted mansion, and
Mm-hmm.
So those would be probably the starter out ones I would pick. So you're not so creeped out getting into horror right away. Don't like throw at them, Exorcist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre right out of the gate,
I wouldn't throw out the Strangers either. Strangers pretty good and scary.
Do not watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Or the
because
Strangers.
hey, this is a great idea. No, it's really not.
They'll get so traumatized they'll never want to watch another horror again.
Yeah, I definitely would never tell them to watch the Strangers.
Yeah.
That movie, even though it's newer, it's still a little scary. Ain't gonna lie, any one of us, to be honest.
What about you, Delightful Chaos?
Okay, so I kind of threw, I guess, thriller and drama in there as well to warm them up a little. So the 2012 movie, and then Day After Tomorrow.
Okay.
And then Storm of the Century,
Mm-hmm.
and then Fear, and then The Conjuring.
Okay, I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
like
a good setup.
If you really want to get a really little, the baby kind of. Oh, I want to do horror films. Okay, well, hang on now.
Yeah, kind of loosen them up before Conjuring gets into the mix.
You're like, what in the heck is this?
So I'm gonna mention something really old school, and this is because Pancake said something in the comments, and it made me remember something. So, Pancake said something about starting with Hitchcock movies. Alfred Hitchcock does not get enough credit for his take on scary movies. I mean,
True.
If y'all have never read the story, The Birds, Des Moines,
or watch these
creepy
movies,
enough,
shows.
Yeah.
Watch it. Alfred Hitchcock was a genius.
Hitchcock Hour was.
I would suggest to somebody getting into horror movies and stuff, dip your toe in the water with The Birds.
Yep.
Because I mean, it was genius. Dip your toe in the water with The Birds. That's a really good one.
That was a good one too.
For me, based off of my own journey, I would say Halloween would be a good one. Another one, and we didn't cover this side of the genre at all. Not really. I would say Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
That's a good movie.
Zombie effects. Okay.
Dawn of the Dead. If you want something a little less serious and a little lighthearted to kind of lighten your mood, I would even go as far as Shaun of the Dead. That one's kind of a spoof. It's different.
Yeah.
Zombieland is a good one if you want something kind of spoofy.
Oh yeah, Zombieland's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, no, my husband got me into that one, and I've watched it once. I'm not a stupid, funny kind of movie person, but I did it for him, and you get a little bit of both worlds. So I mean, you get the lighthearted laughter stuff, and you kind of get the serious stuff.
Right.
And then my teenager's trying to get me to watch this movie, but I would even say Tremors.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Classic. OG.
Yeah.
movie.
That's a cult classic.
It's a cult
Yep.
classic here. That's like one of, other than watching like, I watched Tremors back in the day too. Yeah.
I've actually
I
seen
forgot about Tremors.
Tremors,
Me too.
so it's
I would
like,
throw in, if you're gonna throw into shows like that, it would be like Tremors, Gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh my
Saw
God.
series.
Some way.
I don't know
Yeah.
why I cannot stand the movie Gremlins.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's just something about like this fuzzy, cute, little adorable thing that splits into like a million other of them, and then
Mhm.
like watching
They
him
turn evil all of a sudden.
well, and then you watch the original one just suffer the whole time, and it's like, nope,
Yeah.
nope. That
Oh
makes
my boy.
it's creepy, but it makes me sad at the same time, and I don't like to be sad when I watch a movie.
Yeah.
Not unless I'm sitting there with a tub of ice cream and I'm eating my feelings. Then I want to be sad.
Yeah, I did that too. I love eating ice cream, watching horror movies. I watched Imaginary for the first time. With the I don't know if y'all seen the movie Imaginary, but it's about this little imaginary friend type movie. I just finished watching it today. This is the first time watching it. I was like, oh no, no thank yous.
Okay. Well,
What was that, doll?
Yeah. That's our little
Gizmo is cute.
Sorry.
I will give you that. So, let's see. And that is our time for tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here and Delicious Deets. Come check us out next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern to see what the cookies and the tea looks like next week. Please don't forget to favorite all of my guests, MFChucky, Queen Vampy, RockerRebel, and DeeLightfulChaos. And Chucky, I will let you lead the outros.
Oh, you mean my sign out?
Yes.
All right. My name is MFChucky, and I stream from time to time. I go on at 10, probably stay on until maybe about midnight, give or take. Got a one and done battle on the way. I'm an admin for Divine Dani, Queen Lala, and Bunny. That's pretty much all I got coming up.
All right, Queen Vampy, we're over to you.
Well, my name is Queen Vampy. You catch me every Tuesdays at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with my feature show called Vampy's Melody Madness. We're in week 2 of the Championship Edition, which is a RockerRebel will be part of in the Championship Edition. Also, you catch me doing shows, catch me admin for other shows as well. Also, I am hosting my birthday auction on May 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to turn it up for my birthday, I'll be 28. Other than that, you catch me online. I do random streams. I don't have a set streaming schedule, but you could catch me. Oh, subscriber. Other than that, thank you so much for having me here, and I had so much fun.
Thank you for being here. Lala! Are we still recording? Lala! You can't do it! You're recording!
Keep going.
Okay, Rebel, you're next. Sorry.
Well, I'm RockerRebel.
Squirrel.
What I have coming up is I'm going to be on Vampy Show on Monday night for Melody Madness, and then I stream from time to time. Most of the time, if I do go stream for a little while, it's normally to sing, practicing, and play some guitar from time to time or harmonica. And then on May the 4th, I'm going to be part of my friend Jubilee's May the 4th Star Wars auction. So that's going to be coming up. Really excited for that one. I'm working on a costume and a mask for that right now. So that's going to be in the process. That's all I have really coming up so far. Otherwise, you'll just find me in comments hanging out.
Perfect. Perfect. Delightful Chaos. What about you, love?
As I said earlier, I don't have a schedule for streaming. However, I do have a few shows coming up. I'll be on Italian Chica's Clown Down tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, I admin again Tic Tac Trivia with Lux tonight at apparently 10 p.m. Eastern. I did have the wrong times. And then I'll be on Tagged Find the Line at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then I admin Say It Out Loud at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. And that is about it. Oh, no, one more thing. I'm on Swipe Session at 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. That's it.
Yes.
Sorry.
Never be sorry. You are fine. You are fine. Thank you, all of you, for being here tonight. This has been this is an amazing, amazing fun time. Amazing time, guys. This has been one of my favorite conversations. So I'm really happy to have all of you here. Any of you can come back anytime. So, you know, if you ever think of like, hey, I might have an idea or whatever, just let me know and we'll have you back. And again, everybody, this has been Delicious Deets. We will see y'all back next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night.